Bushnell. Performance is the only thing. Federal Premium Ammunition. Surgical precision. Terminal results. Savage Arms. Better come standard. Gold Tip. Start tough, stay true. And these other fine sponsors. This week, Dean and Kent are in the Limpopo province of South Africa, hunting with good friend Jan Duplessis of Select Safaris. The Limpopo province is also known as the Great North due to its beauty and diverse landscapes. To the Africans, the area consists of high veld and low veld, meaning the uncultivated habitat of thinly forested mountains and lower elevation grasslands. For this reason, the Limpopo province is considered the hunting capital of South Africa. Select Safaris has over 20 years' experience in the area and offers a full luxury service to make your safari a memory of a lifetime. The camp provides you with a cultural experience of thatched roofs, local game meets, outdoor dining, entertaining in the Lapa, all while being located in the heart of the African wilds. So let's head to Select Safaris and join Kent and Dean at the birthplace of hunting, the dark continent of Africa.
Hi folks, welcome to this week's episode of Bushnell's Trigger Effect. We're going to be employing one of the standard hunts over water holes, and I'm really excited about it because we're going to be targeting blue wildebeest and warthog. And I know ever since I was a kid, I still have visions in my mind watching TV of those massive herds of wildebeest going over the savannah. I am really stoked on this.
Yeah, they're a pretty unique animal. Also, what's unique and iconic to South Africa is the warthog. Those great big tuskers, I wanted to get one of those for a long time. So let's go out to the waterhole. Let's see how we make out with blue wildebeest and warthog here in South Africa.
Well, we just saw our first animals. We had a group of wildebeest to the right, so we're just waiting for Jan to figure out the wind direction and what's happening.
I see the wind is in our face, so I think we're going to go and track them.
Track them?
And see if we can get a chance on one.
We're going tracking.
We just spotted some wildebeest here, so we're going to follow their track. The wind is in our favor, and even the sun, so we'll see what they can do. Maybe we get a good shot on them.
Excellent.
All right.
Here we go.
This is super exciting. There's so many tracks everywhere. I'm glad Dawn is sorting it all out because I couldn't tell you what's going what direction. So we just saw them. I saw 4. They're coming this way, so we're gonna keep on them. After we saw them, they stopped here, and that's why they have the droppings. We'll follow their track and see. But it's not the wildebeest tracks we're on, because you can see it already dried out on the outside.
Well, that ran us around a bit.
Yeah, I know that's over the tracks of this morning as well, and they're all walking now, so a little difficult. We'll go to drive around, see if we can see more.
Excellent.
And follow up on them again. And I saw 4, 2 cows, 2 calves, and there was a bull, you know, which had a big body. I couldn't see the horns.
Couldn't see the horns.
Yeah, so, well, check them through and see.
It's still exciting walking through this tight country like that, so we're going to get going.
Well, that was really exciting. That's my kind of first ever stalk through the bush after wildebeest. And, you know, it's amazing the tracking abilities of Jan. I know you've heard me say that a few times, but I'll be honest with you, when you're going through there, there's tracks on top of tracks, multiple species. But we just kept bumping them, so we backed off. We're back in the truck, and we're hunting again in South Africa with Select Safaris.
Stay tuned for more hunting action with Bushnell's Trigger Effect after this commercial break.
I won't pretend to like your cat. And you don't know it yet, but I'm not going to your friend's wedding in November.
No, I don't want to see this in pink.
I will not be home Halloween weekend, and the lawn is not getting mowed after October 1st.
For those who live to hunt and refuse to compromise, the new Trophy and Trophy Extreme rifle scopes, featuring the brightness of optics costing hundreds more, and the industry's finest no questions asked lifetime warranty, only by Bushnell.
Hunters aren't just hunters. We're dedicated parents, employees who work late, citizens who serve our communities. When we hunt, we need ammunition we can count on as much as people count on us. New Federal Non-Typical from America's #1 rifle ammunition brand. It's perfectly tuned to the needs of avid deer hunters who put all they are into everything they do. 30 million whitetails, 17 million hunters, one ammunition.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Hunting Consultants Plus, more than just a booking agency. Now, let's return to the action with Bushnell's Trigger Effect.
Well, we're heading out for an evening hunt.
Yes, we came back, had a fantastic dinner of, what was it, wildebeest sausage and minute steaks, macaroni salad. Almost had a nap, but with our time exchange difference from Canada to here, if I had a nap, I'd be gone for the rest of the day. So
We fought it off.
yeah, we fought it off. Beautiful day. It's 20 plus degrees out, nice breeze, and game everywhere. So we're just getting ready to go, and we'll be back up on the mountains.
Sounds good. Okay, well, the tracks we just laid no more than 15-20 minutes ago have fresh wildebeest tracks on them, so it's our last light. We're gonna track them out and hopefully get a last chance here before the light goes down. Samuel, our tracker, he's like a bloodhound. He's looking at every little piece of sign. It's warm. It's warm. Yeah. It's warm. It's hot. They're right in front of us. Steady pulls. Warm. It's warm. Like that.
That one?
Ja, toen komt luks.
Watch him. Watch him.
That was a good shot.
He ain't going nowhere.
He dropped in the rocks by the water.
Well done. That was incredible. Thank you, Jan. Samuel, great
just
shot,
woke
my
up then.
friend.
I see his tail is still swinging.
That's incredible. He's still moving a little bit, but let's move up on him and see what happens. Well, Jan, we pushed it right to the very last light, but maybe you can explain how it is that you even got us on this animal.
Well, we drove that one road to go and check down on that gorge, and then I came back. I wanted to work that flat on top, on the other side of the gorge, and I saw this wildebeest crossing our tracks that we just drove by. So Samuel and me decided, it's a good plan to get on their tracks and just follow it. And I picked up that droppings just to confirm it's still hot. And it was not 5 minutes, 10 minutes later, we had a good shot here by the water, and they came right in. And you made a perfect shot to drop right here. So congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I mean, it was incredible when we came around the corner. It's like you walked us on an arrow straight to them, and the bulls were there, and I got a shot, and I'll tell you, I'm really elated. It's my very first African species. And a beautiful specimen, old bull, very, very nice trophy. Excellent. Well, thank you very much, and a big thank you again to Select Safaris as well, too. Samuel, the tracker, who also assisted Jan. But we got a lot more, and we got to get back to the cabin tonight here for another great meal.
The Canadian Wild Turkey Federation is proud to present Turkey Talk.
I joined the CWTF because I have a real love for the outdoors, and I've seen the passion of the people involved with the CWTF. It's amazing to be a part of what is now known as the Hunters Organization, the new face of conservation in Canada, the Canadian Wild Turkey Federation.
Bushnell's Trigger Effect will return shortly after this commercial break.
For unmatched vein clearance. For drag that doesn't sacrifice speed. For group size reductions of up to 75%. Gold Tip introduces Valkyrie with Factory 4 Fletch. Its accuracy to the 4th power. Valkyrie with Factory 4 Fletch, only from Gold Tip.
Hunting requires adapting, from the shot you planned to the one you didn't expect. Nothing adapts your shot like the Trigger Stick series. Monopod, bipod, and tripod, all engineered for smooth, accurate adjustments. Short sticks for the ground and kneeling. Tall sticks for the chair and standing. Just squeeze the trigger and adjust. Adapt with accuracy with the Trigger Stick series from Primos. Speak the language.
This segment is brought to you by Westside Stores, your outdoor sports authority. Now, back to Bushnell's Trigger Effect.
We're here at the ground blind next to a watering hole. This is where we saw that great big tusker warthog a few days ago. Hopefully he'll come in today. Jan says that he just saw some big warthog tracks, so it's looking pretty good for this morning. Set up at this watering hole where we saw that big warthog a few days ago. It's a really good setup. The water hole's nice and low, so the warthogs like to use this spot. Jan figures there's a good chance we're going to see one here, so we're just going to cross our fingers and hope one comes in. Such funny looking little critters with the beard, the white beard. These warthogs don't waste any time when they come into water. They go straight to it, drink, and leave.
This is lunchtime, South African style. I'm just taking a little bit of break from our ground blind sit over a watering hole. We saw lots of great warthogs this morning, but nothing big enough for us to shoot. After a great lunch, I'm sure a big warthog's going to come in. So.
Lethbridge College proudly presents Conservation Connection.
Hi folks, welcome to this week's edition of Conservation Connection at Lethbridge College. Joining me is Richard Quinlan, who's one of the wildlife instructors here, and we're going to be talking about a topic that we probably get the most emails on, which is why are hunting seasons so complex? So I guess that's a great way to start it out. Why are they so complex?
Yeah, really it comes down to competing objectives. We can not make it complex if we have a large population of wildlife and an area that's fairly hard to get into. We can have general season, general license, but if we have a more restricted population of wildlife and more people wanting to hunt, then we have to restrict the numbers of hunters or shorten the length of the season, perhaps use antler restrictions or limited entry hunts, something like that.
Excellent, and that kind of leads into my next question that we always get is, when is it appropriate that you, and why is it appropriate that you're using such thing as antler restrictions, age restrictions, the use of draws versus open seasons? So why are those restrictions in place?
Wherever possible, we want to provide the maximum recreational opportunity, meaning the opportunity for most people to get on the landscape. Approaches like antler restrictions, which will restrict the harvest of younger bulls in that case, or bucks, can be effective in doing that. However, they can also really hammer the population once they reach the objective of say a 5 or 6 point elk restriction. So then we move on to other approaches. Limited entry hunts are a great approach for wildlife managers, but they do limit the opportunity. As a hunter, you're going to have to sit out for a year or two, and you just might turn to something else like golfing.
I don't golf well at all. One of the other things that is a very controversial one is vehicle restrictions. So when and why do we use those?
We have to enter into vehicle restrictions cautiously. They're a roundabout way of achieving the same objective of limiting the pressure on the hunted population. They can achieve additional objectives like reducing erosion in headwaters, but is it really the right approach to use for limiting hunting? In some circumstances it is, but it has to be entered into very cautiously.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. And I think, the really important thing we should take away from this is regulations are put in place for the thing that should be on the forefront of all hunters' mind, which is conservation and management. But now let's get back to some more hunting action at Bushnell's Trigger Effect.
For more information on Bushnell's Trigger Effect, visit our website or Facebook. Now, back to the action.
It was quick, about a half hour. Took for Jan to cook up a chef's meal for us. We're back in the blind. We're gonna sit here. We know there's a big warthog that's coming here. We're targeting a big tusker, so we had lots of warthogs come in early this morning, but we're gonna wait for a big one. We just saw a big warthog in behind the waterhole. Looks like it might be a big one.
More Bushnell's Trigger Effect after these important messages.
What are you guys doing? Go home. Oh, big man with the paint can. You're not up to this. I knew you were spineless. I ain't worried. Enjoy the view. You're like a mile away. Yeah, you big chicken. Ah! Ooh! Savage 10 GRS and 10 BA Stealth. Out-of-the-box long-range performance that leaves you speechless.
My camo doesn't need the match, and I don't care about a deer's net score.
I won't be at your game Friday night.
I will keep looking at trail camera photos until this meeting is over.
For those who live to hunt and refuse to compromise, the new Trophy and Trophy Extreme binoculars, featuring the clarity of optics costing hundreds more and the industry's finest no questions asked lifetime warranty.
They're the optics your rich uncle would own if he wasn't such a pretentious fanboy.
This segment is brought to you by King's Camo. See the difference. Now, back to Bushnell's Trigger Effect.
That's a good bait, Kent. Take him.
We just about got run over by the well. Oh, by a warthog. I had no choice but to stay on that one. Big guy right by you. You're right down there. You shouldn't be far.
No, I don't think so.
Well done.
Thank you, Jan.
Watch your head, watch your head. Yeah.
Well, Jan, that was quite something. We waited a while for this warthog, didn't we?
Yeah, we came today, the sandy area, produces better warthogs.
Yeah.
And we actually came for a pig and we shot a pig today, so I think you did well.
Yes, it's an old pig. He's got big, heavy tusks.
Yeah.
He's got lots of scars on him. You said they just got out of the rut?
Yeah, it had beginning of June is the rut. We're right at the end of June, so that's where a few of that scars is coming from. But you did well. Very good pig here.
Yeah.
Excellent shot.
Well, he almost came into the blind there with us. It was pretty exciting the second or two after the shot, but he didn't go far. Went right through the shoulder, double lunged him. I mean, I couldn't be happier. This is a great warthog here in South Africa. Jan, I can't thank you enough. This is really a great trophy.
Well done.
Thank you. Well, we got my big old warrior warthog loaded up. It's a beautiful evening, Jan, and we're heading back. I couldn't be happier. Thank you so much. I really like the fact that he's an old battler. Scars on him and chipped tusks and stuff. It's a real character to him. I just loved it.
Well, Kent, all I can say is everything I had envisioned in my head of hunting over a waterhole in Africa came true on this hunt. I mean, it was a really, really great experience. But I have to owe all of the credit for my wildebeest to our trackers, because we were walking and all of a sudden they cut that track. They knew it was fresh. They knew it wasn't there only a half hour ago. They followed in on it and boom, there was my wildebeest, and I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, you put a great shot on that wildebeest. You anchored him right in your traps. Now, when it comes to the warthogs, that was a little tougher story. I mean, they are so tough to get on camera. They live in that tall grass. I mean, we saw warthogs, but just couldn't get them on camera. So we went to the waterhole, and I was lucky enough to have a great warrior, big old warthog come in, nice big tusks, and put a great shot on him. I thought he was going to end up in the blind with us.
I was a fraction of a second from throwing that camera and bailing out, because through the camera, it looked like he was on our lap.
Yeah, he came right at the blind after the shot, didn't go far, anchored him. So we had a great hunt over the waterhole. With that being said, make sure you join us next week here in South Africa with more hunting action with Bushnell's Trigger Effect.
Bushnell's Trigger Effect's African Adventure is brought to you by
Select Safaris. Select the best.
Canadian Wild Turkey Federation is a proud conservation partner of Bushnell's Trigger Effect. Taxidermy services for Bushnell's Trigger Effect.
Again, it's one of those game-rich environments that you have to experience. You can't describe it.
I'm still trying to convince Jan to adopt me.
Yeah. A couple more days and I'll have my PH license too, right, Jan?
You're almost there.
I'm almost there.
Almost ran into your barrel.
I'm sitting there going, is that getting closer to us? Oh my. That thing about ran inside the blind.
This has been a Thunder Boys production.